Hello folks, here we are with another midweek update for you. As you can see now, we've got the back scene in place for the new modular ST Logistics. The white section is actually a removable section of card, which is going to have low release buildings on it. It's just so that when I'm watching trains run round from the sofa, I can see them on this side of the layout as well. So it makes it much easier to get inside the layout too. Going forward, the inspiration behind this particular running session video was the trucker shortage that we are experiencing at the moment. It seems to me that one of the many ways you can actually ease the problem is shortening the journey times that the drivers have to endure. So rather than 30 containers going from London to Edinburgh to then be picked up by another 30 lorries to then go to 3 or 4 different warehouses to be organised to be sent out again, why not reintroduce some form of marshalling yards, or even better, just several places that are designed to be loaded straight onto wagons or lorries. It could even be a sidings, just like we've got here, for example. You could have a big marshalling yard down south, in the Midlands, Yorkshire, Scotland, and the Highlands. Supermarkets would have their own private rail yards. It's all easily doable. There's plenty of spare space, plenty of rail yards not in use, plenty of sidings not in use. You wouldn't need a lot of space just to get a bit of hard standing down there and a couple of lines which are already there. You back the wagons in like we have here on the hard standing. This back wagon could be for the Tesco's, the second wagon could be for an electrical components company or whatever, and then their relative HGVs will back up to it, load the vans. Or if it was intermodal, which would be even easier, you just get a gantry crane or a container handler to show them on the back of the lorries. That way you'd have less drivers having to get the goods from one big yard to another big yard, and all they need to do is come to this one, or one of the several smaller ones, if you follow my drift. Essentially what it boils down to is reducing the number of trips lorry drivers have to make and reducing the duration and journey times of those trips, making things a lot easier for everyone. You wouldn't even need HGVs for a lot of it. You could use smaller wagons. That would of course mean that where the HGVs really were needed, they would be more available. You wouldn't need as many drivers. You could probably even pay them a bit more as well, because you wouldn't have to pay as many other drivers. Of course, with anything, there'd be job losses, but it would also create jobs, for example at the yards. I'm not suggesting we go back to the days of the local goods train, although that would be really nice to see, but I certainly think some hybrid of the two, maybe with a little bit of government intervention, subsidiaries, etc., just to help things out. I sort of think that's better than giving temporary visas, which isn't fixing the problem. Giving somebody a temporary visa wouldn't fix the problem. The problem is you just don't have enough drivers. And if you're going to import drivers that are going to want a fair wage, the issue is still going to be the same. Because once they go home, you're right back here again. At least this way, in my eye, at the very least, it's a bit more sustainable and a bit more future-proof. You could even have smaller locomotives taking trick freight, as it used to be termed in the late 90s, early 2000s. We could take 5 or 6 intermodal wagons from a big yard up in Grangemouth to one in Yorkshire, Leeds for example, the Freightliner yard, and then you could take them elsewhere. The wagons could meet them there. What it all boils down to is, I believe the railways are, in part, largely the solution to the HGV driver shortage. I think they should revamp the system, rethink it, use what's already there. The infrastructure's already in place, and I think we should use it. We've certainly got the rolling stock for it. You could convert old EMUs, old DMUs, chuck a few parcels in there, bits and pieces. Let me know what you think. Am I barking up the wrong tree, or is there something in this? So as always, folks, please give us a like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Cheers.